book swaps. You know them, you love them. If you're familiar with this channel at all, you know how these things work. But if you're new to the channel, listen up. Every so often, my wife and I like to swap books with each other. And that means a couple of things. First off, we swap books that we think the other person will absolutely love. And then we upload our thoughts about it to the internet. Pretty simple. Except this time, we're going on a massive road trip to celebrate something huge, and you're coming along for the ride. So without wasting any further time, let's get into the swap. It is time. But before we begin, please go on over to Ashlynn's channel, check out her book swap video, because I just gave her 2 incredibly amazing books. Both are 5 stars on my end.
You won't want to miss it. Like, I think I'm still shaking, but I'm so excited to read these. But now it's my turn.
Exactly, with that out of the way.
I'm gonna show you guys the first book, and then I'll have Ian open his eyes. Okay, open your eyes.
Oh, this is finally happening.
Yes, I have been wanting him to read this for a year now. I have just literally been sitting on everything. And I gave you another book of his last year. This was a 5-star read. Basically, The Silent Patient is about this man named Theo, who is a criminal psychotherapist who is trying to get this woman named Alicia to speak. She has not spoken since the night that her husband was found dead in their home. He was found shot 5 times in the face by her. Ever since then, she has not spoken. She won't say a word. It is so twisty, so turny. Like, you will not be able to put this book down. It is so good. Can he get this woman, Alicia, to speak? Everyone wants to know. I'm so excited for you to read it. Like, I actually can't wait.
The journey begins. You know, we decided to go on this road trip because we've never actually ever been able to celebrate a wedding anniversary since we got married. It's either one of us is sick or one of us is working, and so this time we decided we're gonna carve out at least 2 weeks to celebrate our anniversary in style. Welcome to New Jersey. The book swap begins. We're gonna start with The Silent Patient. Now, what makes it so much fun to start this book today, in Jersey, it's cold as deuce. Well, I wouldn't say it's cold as deuce.
It's freezing.
It's colder than Austin, that's for sure. Austin's in the 90s today. Glad we're away from that mess. We're gonna go to a nice cafe. We're gonna start these books, and we're gonna get this challenge kicked off, started right. So, without further ado's. After the cafe, we went over to the beach, which was dead, as you can see. But that made it fun because usually Jersey beaches are crowded. It was perfect weather for reading, goofing off, hanging out with the seagulls, and just having a good old time. But before I keep going, I gotta tell you about our Airbnb. Hosted by our main man, Michael, this home has a perfect 5-star rating. This cozy spot can easily accommodate any guests, and as an added bonus, it's less than 5 minutes walk to the beach. When you first walk in, you're greeted by this cozy little sunroom, perfect for any relaxing activity your heart may desire. See? Look at how cozy I am. Next is the living room, and I don't think I need to tell you how comfy this place is. Just look at it. I'm talking maximum level comfy. We got a nice guest bedroom with bunks, with a nice mirror you can dance in front of, a little nook to get some work done, another bedroom with one of the most comfortable mattresses I've ever slept on. See? Don't I look so cozy? Then you have a very spacious kitchen with absolutely every kind of appliance and or cookware that you could possibly need. There's also an incredibly spacious backyard with a freaking fire pit. Mike absolutely crushed this. Link down below for this property in the description. All right. Howdy doody, folks. Good afternoon. Silent Patient is coming along. Not all that far into it yet. I am sitting on chapter 8 on page 37. It's first person, told from the perspective of a psychotherapist named Theo. And his whole mission in life, in this book at least, is to treat a patient known as Alicia Berenson, who's known as the Silent Patient. She's called that because, well, she doesn't speak. She doesn't speak about the things that caused her trauma because, well, when the cops found her at her house, her husband was tied to a chair, shot 5 times in the face. At blank range, she was there, standing by the fireplace, with wounds in her wrists, needless to say, and she was mute. And it's been years. People have tried to analyze her. People have tried to treat her. She just doesn't speak. So Theo is so interested in this woman, so interested in this case, that he thinks, I really think I can be the one. I can fix her. Of course, the trauma runs super deep. And this book is already quite sad because we get Theo's background and how he became a psychiatrist. And oh my goodness gracious, it is going to be riveting. Alicia's quite interesting. I know he's going to crack her open. I know she's going to speak eventually. Yeah, I mean, she's convicted of murder and they put her in a psych ward. I just don't think she did it. I think it's too easy to assume that she did it. But of course, in thrillers, they never do it. So there's a mystery of like, who killed this man? But maybe she did kill him because it could be a twist of like, oh, she found out he was actually a terrible human being and he did something crazy, really awful. Maybe she did shoot him. If I just spoiled that for myself and others, I'm gonna be real pissed. So anyway. Good morning. It's the next day. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired, man. Is this silent patient? I am cooking through. See, I'm on chapter 13 of part 2 on page 119. Yes, and I pretty much started this yesterday. I think. Well, that's pretty good, huh? I'm still really liking the first person point of view. I think it's a really nice touch to get the perspective from a psychotherapist. Usually the psychotherapist in a thriller isn't somebody that's like main center stage, but the fact that the character is motivated by helping somebody. Theo could have been anybody. He could have been a detective. He could have been a police officer. He could have been a paramedic. Like, he could have been anything. Instead, our author decided to make him a psychotherapist. I think that adds a nice, interesting twist about him. But the mystery surrounding Alicia Berenson, the silent patient herself, is still quite intriguing. I mean, he's starting to do a little bit more digging. Because she's not speaking, he has to find other ways of figuring things out about her. He's now been given a lead that I think is going to be pivotal to getting her to crack like a fetching walnut, okay? And I hope it's exciting. But you know what else is super duper exciting? No, don't click off. It's not a sponsor. It's not a sponsor. Though it is a shameless plug for another video that I have in the works. Does anybody recognize this sign? If you're new to the channel, you may not recognize the Convince Me to Read Your Favorite Book sign. This is a staple here on this channel. If you want to know more about it, head over to this playlist that has everything you need to know. But today, ASHLYNN and I are going to one of the largest cities in the world. That's right, we're headed to New York City. I have something very special planned for this video. Stick around, you may want to see that. Hit like and subscribe because this bad boy is coming. Strap in, cue the montage, let's hit the road. I filmed absolutely nothing for our trip to New York City. If you want to see all of that, head over to my wife's channel, her Instagram, everything. She documented it all. This was her first time going to New York City, so it was a blast. Oh my gosh, it was just a really good time. Every time I go back to New York City, it gets more magical every single time that I leave. I actually used to live in New Jersey. I worked on the Jersey Shore, lived close to Philadelphia, so it was nice to return to familiar ground. Guys, if you haven't made it to New York City before, you have to. It's a freaking reader's paradise. Are you working? Did that record? We're back. And you're probably wondering, Ian, did you get to film the new Strangers Convince Me to Read Their Favorite Books video? Why no? No, I didn't. And you want to know why? Apparently, you're not allowed to film with professional equipment at the Union Square, New York City, Barnes & Noble. Now, I get it. There's so many people in and out of there. There's a lot of staff. There's a lot of moving pieces, right? You're not allowed to whatever. We were told we couldn't film. I had to pull Plan B out of my pocket, which Plan B just actually so happens to be the original idea that I had for the new installation to the Strangers Convince Me series. So, full steam ahead for the original idea. But I have some excellent news. The train ride into the city and out of the city was about an hour and a half each way. I was able to read a fetch ton of this book. I think I started the day on 141 and I am sitting on page 245. These chapters are bite-sized. You can fly through them and before you know it, you've consumed 18 of them and you've somehow read 50 pages. And then you just do it again You just do it again. What do I think? The mystery is unraveling. She hasn't spoken yet. Oh no, we have not gotten Miss Alicia Berenson to unsilence herself. Theo, our main man, is doing some investigative work, stuff that honestly he probably legally can't be doing. But of course, it's a fictional setting, so he's getting away with murder. I'm not gonna lie, there's some twists and turns. My jaw dropped. I was like, wow, that was a good reveal. That was a good twist. Didn't see some of it coming. And usually with thrillers, I kind of ruin them for myself because I guess what's gonna happen long before it ever happens. This one, I gave you my prediction, and so far, I've been proven not right, but not necessarily wrong. Everything's still up in the air at this point. And now that Theo knows what he knows, now that he's gotten the info that he needs, I feel like the noose is about to tighten. I still have no idea who the bad guy is, but it's anyone's guess. It's anyone's game at this point. I finished this puppy last night. Boy, do I have some thoughts. That ending was a twist. Okay, so yeah, I was proven wrong. And I can't tell you about it because it'd be a massive spoiler, so anyone who's not read The Silent Patient but loves thrillers and wishes to, you will not be disappointed. This ending was a roller coaster. Part of it actually doesn't make any sense, but that's okay. I am going to save a lot of my thoughts on how this made me feel, on my reaction to it, when I tell Ashlyn my full thoughts at the end of the video, so stick around for that. Oh, but overall, my goodness, this had some really good plot twists. Things, what do we call them? I'm not much of a thriller reader anymore, just because they seem very formulaic. This one did throw me through a loop. I wasn't able to guess it. I was not able to ruin this novel for myself before I got to the end, and I couldn't be more happy. It got creepier and creepier as I went on because, I don't know, this book is borderline horror. He plays with mental illness. It's almost like Shutter Island. You just have this feeling of like something is off, and you realize maybe this is an unreliable narrator. Really, really fun book. Oh my goodness. I won't give you my rating on this book until the end because that is always reserved for my wife. But anyway, folks, this is our last morning here. We have to say goodbye to New Jersey and we have to move on to New England. I'll see you in Rhode Island.
Okay.
Thanks.
Next book?
Yes.
Okay.
Open my eyes.
Open your eyes.
I knew it. I knew it. Good.
Yes, The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield, and okay, let me give myself a word count because I will go on for hours. You're going to, I think, love this book, but I will say, I almost didn't give this to you. It's hard to give a book like this with also a thriller recommendation because this is not a thriller. It's gothic suspense. It is so dark and luscious. Oh my gosh. It is so lyrical and beautiful. It's a book about books. This woman, her name's Vida Winter. She is a prolific author. No one really knows anything about her. She has done many interviews and fabricated like so much of her life. So in one interview, she'll say she was an orphan. In another one, she was like a child of a rich family. You never know her true story until she is older in age and she sends a letter to the main character, Margaret, asking her to write her story. It is so incredible. It's haunting. It is amazing, and I hope you love it.
Thank you.
It's so gothic. I loved it. I think you will too.
Hello, friends, family, and intimate reading associates. We are in Good morning, I'm sweating. I didn't think I'd sweat this much in this part of the country. We're in Newport, Rhode Island. Some of you drivers up here are crazy. And toll roads, are they that necessary? You're probably asking yourselves, did I start the second novel? No. I've not even cracked it open. Not even read the dedication. We had so much fun getting to Newport. It's the most mind-blowing little town I've ever seen. Ever. Like, this is what I envision when I read every single book that I've ever read by Stephen King or anything that's set in New England. This is what it looks like in my mind. Expectations exceeded. But It is Monday. It's also crunch time, right? We have videos that need to get out this coming Saturday. We need to edit on the road. And there's also bookstores. We're gonna do an attempt, part 2 of what we weren't able to accomplish in New York City because, well, people, very ornery people. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna do that. There's a whole bunch. You're coming along with us. It's gonna be great. Love you guys. You're the best. You make this channel what it is. I will see you, well, not in the next video. I'll see you in the next frame. Clip, edit. Holy moly, it's gorgeous. Good evening, folks. We have made it to our next destination. We made it to Rye, New Hampshire. We had to leave Newport behind, Newport, Rhode Island. Oh my gosh. I'm being dead serious when I say this. I want to move there, I want to live there, and I want to die there. I know, Ashlyn and I just moved to frickin' Austin, Texas in February. I'm dead serious when I say I want to move there. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being Ian and being all goofy and, you know, like I usually am. I want to live there. I want to have our family there. I'm not all that attached to Austin at the moment. If you see us moving to New England in the near future, it's because of this video. Where did I get with Jane Setterfield's The 13th Tale? Not far at all. I made it to page 43. What to say about this book already? I am in love with this woman's writing. Her prose is something out of this world. The premise of this book, essentially the main character gets a letter from a very reclusive, mysterious, world-famous English author. At the time in this story, this author is like the biggest living English author to exist. Of all the stories that she's ever given across the years to journalists and interviewers, she always gives a different story about her life and who she is and where she came from and how she's become what she is. But now she's reached out to our dear main character, who's just the daughter of a lowly antiquarian bookseller who kind of dibbles and dabbles in writing biographies for people. Now, of course, the catch is, why? But my gosh, the way this book is set up already, I'm in love. This prose is so lush and so rich and vivid, and it gives you all the detail that you want. I'm excited to get back to it, but I am doing something because, well, I didn't get to do it at the Nitro Bar. I'm editing. Yes! And if you guys needed any hint, yes, go check out that video. I worked very hard on it. And it just so happens to be my most requested video ever on this channel. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. I'm gonna give you the tour of this place. Ashlyn and I are gonna have a really chill day here in New Hampshire. We're so stoked for that. We'll see you on the other side. So, you could live here, right?
Yes.
Deal. Hi. It's been 2 days since I spoke to you all. New Hampshire just kind of flew by. You might be asking yourself, Ian, what's the update on the 13th Tale? There is none. Because I haven't read in 2 days. The last 3 days have been hardcore editing. It's crazy. We miss New Hampshire so much. Would stay there 100,000 times again. And now we're in Portland, Maine. It feels a little bit like San Francisco, which isn't the coolest city. I mean, this place is beautiful. This place is absolutely beautiful, and I see why people live here. It's interesting how all of these New England states have felt unique from each other. I will be doing a lot of this today because I did get to finish my video. It is uploaded to YouTube. The only thing I need to do is the description and all the back end stuff, but it's done and it's ready to go for Saturday. Hopefully I can get this done by like Sunday. Today we'll have a little bit of time because Ashlyn needs to finish up her video. It is our anniversary, our wedding anniversary today. Yes, thank you. Thank you. 4 beautiful years with the love of my life, and we have a whole lifetime to go. Let's get to reading, let's get to exploring. New England, we're coming for you. Bro, this freaking book, it's getting real gothic real quick. I'm on page 89 and I'm hooked. Besides from this incredible prose, the story itself is really compelling. The mystery surrounding this woman and how she's relating the details of her past, but it's phenomenal. I know there's going to be some more tragedy. I know there's going to be some more excitement. I know there's going to be some crazy plot twist. There has to be. This woman wouldn't be this mysterious if her life wasn't a gothic tragedy. But Miss Satterfield's prose is everything that I look for. I love the elegance to it. I love the flow. She just moves you along in a poetic stream of beauty. She just puts you in a scene. When we're getting the backstory, it feels like I'm reading like a Dickens novel. But today is our last day in Portland, Maine, and Ashlyn and I really want to soak it up. Yesterday was fun. Our anniversary. We made the most of it. I think we're gonna go down to Kennebunkport, and I need to get a second recommendation for my strangers convinced me to read their favorite books. I already got one down, and I'm only gonna do 3. So Portland, I'm coming for you. Guys, Kennebunkport is another town that Ashlyn and I see ourselves living in at least some point in our life, but gosh, we just did not want to leave. This place is so perfect, so magical, the quintessential New England town. I'm convinced this is a horror novel. I am. I'm convinced. My wife gave me a horror novel. This book is creepy. There's like a ghost story happening. You know, the main character feels like she's being watched and followed, and she feels things on the edge of her bed at night, and she's paralyzed with fear, and blah, 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 blah. Like, this is a horror novel. The story that she's being told by this woman that's paying her to write this biography, she's slowly giving details of this family that's supposedly hers. This family is psychotic. Like, I can't give away details because it's integral to the story of the book, so you're just gonna have to read it for yourself. This family is a bunch of psychopaths. It's like I'm reading Deliverance or freaking Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Not to the level of gore, but still. I just got to part 2, middles. 147 pages in. I feel like we just got going. And by the end of it, I may or may not walk away with a 5-star read. That is the point of a book swap, is it not? Tonight is our last evening here. We head out in the morning for, well, our next destination. You're just going to find out. Roll the montage. Is this a zombie book? Is this a book about zombies? Gothic, rich zombies? Wow. It wasn't a dream. Was it a dream?
No comment.
No comment. She pleads the fifth. Wow. You didn't tell me this was a horror novel.
No comment.
Brilliant. How you doing? It's been over 2 weeks since I turned this camera on to update you all about anything. Yeah, let's just say that road trip changed our lives. We'll get into that. First and foremost, I need to talk to you about these books. First things first, The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. Thriller, suspenseful, psychological. It has all the workings, all the things that make a mystery thriller good. This is one of the most fun thrillers I've read in a very, 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 very long time. And I don't read thrillers. I don't really like them because they seem very boxy and formulaic. For the most part, it's usually about the same thing, but in this novel, it felt a little bit different. Michaelides takes a bit of a literary approach in the fact that he merges like Greek tragedies with his novels. He did that in another novel of his that I read called The Maidens. I don't know, the structure of the storytelling really flows better that way when it's based on something that actually works. I did find myself getting surprised at the plot twists, at the reveals, at all of the things that happened. And then the ending, of course, was like jaw on the floor, what the heck just happened? My goodness. I've already given Ashlyn my thoughts. We gave each other our thoughts on the way back to Texas on the road. Overall, I give this book a 3.5. It was very entertaining, keeps you on the edge of your seat. Again, thrillers just aren't my thing, so it's a phenomenal recommendation for anyone who wants suspenseful, psychological, mystery thriller. Next was Diane Setterfield's The 13th Tale. Ashlynn knew what she was doing with this book. She knew exactly where this would land for me. It's spectacular, amazing. Just the idea of a book about books about books. A story within a story within a story. The entire structure of this novel from beginning to end is marvelous. It's so cohesive. There's no plot holes. It takes you on a lyrical journey. The prose is so stupendous that it almost makes you cry at how beautiful her writing is. And the fact that this is a debut novel is criminal because I could never write anything like this as a debut. She's just so freaking good. The ending of this book as well was jaw-dropping. I mean, there's something that happens, and it had me guessing for days. It had me thinking about this for days. It's just superb. I recommend this to anybody. I mean, this is a mystery thriller. This is gothic literature. This is a little bit scary. This is almost approaching horror novel, but at the same, it's also literary fiction. It's freaking beautiful. I give it somewhere between 4.5 and 4.75. I just can't decide on one of those. The only reason it's not a 5-star, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like a 5-star. I think it could be a 5-star to everybody who reads it. It's that good. Overall, another successful book swap down. Now on to the serious business. The trip was fantastic. We got to celebrate our first official anniversary after being married for 4 years. It was a wonderful time, completely changed our lives. We're gonna start traveling more. We're gonna start doing stuff like that more for each other, with each other, because it just grew us closer to one another, and we got to see parts of this magnificent country that we have never seen before. It kind of opened our eyes to the possibilities of where we may or may not want to have our family. But at the end of the trip, we were met with a tragedy. Our dear sweet dog, Mishak, passed away. As a lot of you already know, he was amazing in every single way. We rescued him nearly 7 years ago. He just brought so much life and so much joy, and little did we know, when we dropped him off at Ashlyn's parents' house, he was starting the beginning of a decline in fighting an aggressive lung cancer. Apparently, dogs of his breed are susceptible to that. They have a high risk for contracting this sort of cancer. The vet told us that by the time you diagnose it, it's too late, and it was too late. But thankfully, Ashlyn and I were there with him in his final moments, and he seemed so happy and he seemed so full of love for the both of us. Thank you for all the love and support you've shown Ashlyn and I over the last few weeks. Thank you for all of the amazing comments that you've said about our dear sweet boy. I'm glad that he touched a lot of you. He obviously had a bigger impact than we thought. You all have been so sweet and so kind and so supportive through this. We love you all so much for this love and support you've shown us over the years, and we will continue to bring you the best content we possibly can. Folks, that is another book swap come and gone, and this video has been over a month in the making, and it's finally come to an end. I cannot thank you enough for getting us to this point. You guys are the reason we were able to go on that trip in the first place, so really, this is a massive tribute to you all, and I love you all so much, so deeply. You guys have changed Ashlyn and mine's life. With that being said, I'm signing out of here. I will catch you in the next one. The next few videos are huge. Some of the best content I think I've ever filmed, and I'm so excited to share it with you. So, until next time.